Will the House please come to order and members kindly take their seats? Good afternoon. The devotional today will be led by Representative Bram Kleppner of Burlington.
Good afternoon. My great-great-grandfather was kicked out of Hungary in 1848 for being a godless communist. And given my own atheism and the fact that I belong to the Vermont Democratic Party, there are undoubtedly those who feel that this fifth-generation apple didn't fall very far from the godless communist tree. One question that atheists get is, if there is no God, and if there is no afterlife, what's to keep everyone from just doing whatever they want? And, you know, I always wonder, is the reason you don't steal your neighbor's stuff really because you're worried about what's going to happen after you die? Or is it because you like your neighbors and don't want to harm them? Or is it because you like living in a community where people don't steal each other's stuff? Or is it because you don't want to go to jail? But the question intrigued me, so I took up the study of ethics and read a great number of books, attended a lot of lectures, talked to a lot of people. And in the midst of all of this, I noticed something which evolved into this hypothesis. Just as there are three primary colors from which, when mixed in the right proportion and combination, all other colors can be created, so too there are three primary human virtues from which, when mixed in the right combination and proportion, all other human virtues spring. And those three primary virtues are kindness, wisdom, and courage. For instance, generosity is a mixture of kindness and the courage to give away something that you value. Honesty is a combination of the wisdom of knowing that it is almost always best for everyone involved to be honest, and the courage to tell the truth even when that's hard. Helpfulness is a mixture of the kind impulse to help and the wisdom to be able to tell what is actually going to be helpful, and so forth. And one day, when I was feeling pleased with myself for this clever little observation, I had a thought. I said, wait a second. Kindness, wisdom, courage. Did I just discover the Tin Woodsman, the Scarecrow, and the Cowardly Lion? It may surprise some of you to learn that atheists pray. Prayer plays a few roles across many faith traditions. One of those is prayer is a way to express gratitude for all the good things that we have in our lives and all the good things that happen. Another role prayer plays is it allows us to express our deepest wishes. Prayer is also the practice of humility. It is a way that we remind ourselves that we are each just a very small part of something immensely vast. When a person of faith might pray, "Please, God, please let my son be okay," is it any less sincere? Is it any less profoundly heartfelt? Is it any less meaningful when I pray, "Please, please let my son be okay"? And as for that amen with which we finish prayers in the Jewish, Christian, and Muslim traditions, and which we use in everyday speech to mean "I totally agree," as in amen to that, that amen also works for atheists. It is just an ancient Hebrew word that simply means verily, or this I truly believe. So with all that, please allow me to offer an atheist's prayer. As we do our work in this chamber, let our hearts be filled with kindness towards every Vermonter. Let us have the wisdom to discern the path that will truly be best for Vermonters today and tomorrow. And let us have the courage to stay on that path, no matter how steep and rocky it becomes. The world is complicated. Our lives are complicated. Our hearts are complicated. And sometimes we feel all this complexity and ambiguity. We feel overwhelmed and bewildered, as though we don't know what we should do. And when we are lost in the dark fog of confusion and doubt, may we have the courage to keep walking. May we have the wisdom to walk carefully. And may we have the kindness to reach our hand out to a stranger who may also be lost in the fog, that hand in hand, we may all find our way together. Amen.
Members, we have 4 bills for introduction today. The first is House Bill 913, which is an act relating to prohibiting certain prediction markets securities, introduced by Representative Stevens of Waterbury and others. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
H 913, an act relating to prohibiting certain prediction markets securities.
Now the bill has been read the first time and is referred to the Committee on Government Operations and Military Affairs. Next is House Bill 914, which is an act relating to compensating the City of Barry for overpayment of education property tax increment, introduced by Representatives Booton of Barry City and Wazazak of Barry City. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
H 914, an act relating to compensating the City of Barry for overpayment of education property tax increment.
Now the bill has been read the first time and is referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. House Bill 915 is an act relating to establishing an extended producer responsibility program for beverage containers. Introduced by the Committee on Environment, please listen to the first reading of the bill.
H 915, an act relating to establishing an extended producer responsibility program for beverage containers.
Now the bill's been read the first time and affecting the revenue of the state is referred to the Committee on Ways and Means pursuant to House Rule 35A. House Bill 916 is an act relating to education fund expenditures review, introduced by Representative Olson of Starksboro. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
H 916, an act relating to education fund expenditures review.
Now the bill's been read the first time and is referred to the Committee on Education. Are there any announcements? Member from Burlington.
Madam Speaker, today from 5 to 6 p.m. on Zoom, we will be holding a meeting of the Universal Healthcare Caucus to discuss pathways for action and town meeting day initiatives. I sent an email out to all members with the information, but if it got lost, let me know and I can resend it if you're interested. Once again, 5 to 6 p.m. today. Thank you.
Member from Colchester.
Madam Speaker, I rise today to recognize and welcome Lund, a Vermont organization that has quietly and steadfastly strengthened families across our state for more than 130 years. I hope you've had a moment to connect with them at some point today in the card room. Lund serves pregnant and parenting young people, adoptive families, and children in foster care, offering education, counseling, residential support, and family services that help break cycles of instability and poverty. At a time when Vermont continues to confront challenges related to housing, child welfare, mental health, and economic opportunity, Lund's integrated, family-centered approach is more important than ever. On a more personal note, and why I stand today to introduce them, my wife and my brother-in-law were both adopted through Lund, and so the organization holds a special place in my heart. So, Madam Speaker, if you'll help me recognize Lund for their enduring commitment to children and families, and welcome Lund President and CEO Liz Gamache and her colleagues Melissa Appleton and Natasha Payton, who are seated in the balcony.
Will the guest member from Colchester please rise and be recognized? Member from Montpelier.
Madam Speaker, I rise today to introduce and acknowledge some very special guests: teachers, paraeducators, custodians, bus drivers, counselors, nurses, and other educators who rarely get a chance to be with us. We often hear from school boards, superintendents, and other advocates, but rarely do we get to hear from the people in our local public schools making the difference in the lives of Vermont's greatest resources. These educators, all fellow members of Vermont NEA, the union I'm proud to be a part of, are taking time from their vacation week to talk to us and give us their perspective on public education, to meet with us and to push for the issues that are important to them and their students. They have thoughts on healthcare, immigration, fair taxation, and the future of our public schools, and we should listen to them. We are grappling with fundamental issues in education, and we must connect with our fellow Vermonters who have dedicated their careers to teaching Vermont's children. They have ideas how we can all work together to deliver what our Constitution promises: a free, quality public education to all children in the Green Mountain State. My fellow members and I want every student in this state to grow up to be healthy, happy, content adults who are able to be who they want to be. So today, on this Stand Up for Students Day, please join me in welcoming the dedicated educators who are Vermont NEA.
Will the guest member from Montpelier please rise and be recognized? Are there any further announcements? Member from Barrytown.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today, the Federation of Sportsmen will be holding its annual mixer in the cafeteria from 4 to 7. Please join us. Your constituents in the sporting community will be there, and we look forward to sharing some fish stories. Thanks.
Member from Burlington.
Madam Speaker, today the Vermont State Employees Association is holding their annual legislative reception at 4:30 at the Cap Plaza, and the legislative dinner following at 5:30 also at the Capitol Plaza.
Member from Bradford.
Madam Speaker, I think they might be in a meeting right now, but just in case, various staffers of the Council of State Government East are in the building today. I know many of us have attended programming such as Eastern Leadership Academy, Toll Fellowship, and even 20 Under 40. The interim director, Wendell Hannaford, would like to invite all members to the reception at Hugo's from 6 to 8. Please help me welcome them in case they're here.
Will the guest member from Bradford please rise and be recognized? Are there any further announcements? Member from Winooski.
Madam Speaker, this is the final reminder that members have the opportunity to take a mental health first aid class coming up on March 13th, I believe. I will send that email one last time as a reminder to register now.
Are there any further announcements? Member from Fairfield.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Up in near the cafeteria, the State House apparel is available to order. It's a fundraiser for the Friends of the Vermont State House. So far today has raised $300, and it's today only, but also online year-round.
Are there any further announcements? Seeing none, orders of the day. Members, we will begin with House Bill 205, which is an act relating to agreements not to compete. Member from Burlington.
Madam Speaker, I move that we postpone action on House Bill 205 for one legislative day.
The member from Burlington moves that we postpone action on House Bill 205 for one legislative day. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have postponed action on House Bill 205 for one legislative day. Next is House Bill 639, which is an act relating to genetic data privacy. Please listen to the third reading of the bill.
H 639, an act relating to genetic data privacy.
The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have passed the bill. Up next is House Bill 694, which is an act relating to approval of amendments to the charter of the town of Bennington concerning the town manager. Please listen to the third reading of the bill.
H 694, an act relating to approval of amendments to the charter of the town of Bennington concerning the town manager.
The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have passed the bill. Next is House Bill 907, which is an act relating to legislative review of reporting requirements. Please listen to the third reading of the bill.
H 907, an act relating to legislative review of reporting requirements.
The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have passed the bill. Now we'll turn to House Bill 566, which is an act relating to sealing post-charge court diversion records upon successful completion. The bill was referred to the Committee on Judiciary, which recommends that the bill be amended as printed in today's calendar. The member from Sheldon, Representative Oliver, will speak for the committee. And affecting the revenue of the state, the bill was then referred to the Committee on Ways and Means, which recommends that the bill ought to pass when amended as recommended by the Committee on Judiciary. The member from Thetford, Representative Maslin, will speak for that committee. Please listen to the second reading of the bill.
H 566, an act relating to sealing post-charge court diversion records upon successful completion.
Member from Sheldon.
Madam Speaker, H 566, as amended by the House Judiciary Committee, continues the committee's work on criminal record clearance and restorative justice reorganization. Members may recall the passage of S12 last session, now Act 60, which modernized Vermont's criminal record clearance framework by moving from a dual system of expungement and sealing to one primarily centered on sealing. While expanding the criminal offenses that are eligible for sealing, while Act 60 updated many sections of statute, the committee did not fully address implementation within the post-charge diversion programs. H 566 completes that work. In brief, the General Assembly has spent several years refining criminal record clearance policy to ensure that old records for nonviolent offenses do not create unnecessary barriers to employment, housing, or education once an individual has successfully completed their obligations. At the same time, this work has been guided by the need to maintain public safety, respect victims, and preserve appropriate prosecutorial oversight. H 566 reflects that balance. The bill further updates Vermont criminal record clearance law by providing for the automatic sealing of post-charge court diversion records for both juvenile and adult participants who successfully complete diversion and remain conviction-free for a defined period. By shifting from expungement to sealing in this context, the bill aligns diversion statutes with the broader criminal record clearance framework adopted last year, while continuing to reduce long-term collateral consequences for participants who have met all program requirements. H566 also authorizes a time-limited pilot allowing certain criminal municipal ordinance violations to be referred to the Burlington Community Justice Center. This provision grew out of testimony from the Attorney General's office regarding a potential new pre-charge diversion referral model. The committee saw value in evaluating early restorative interventions and authorized a limited pilot to gather additional information. I will now briefly walk through the bill as amended. You can find the amendment on page 633, about halfway down. Section 1 addresses the Juvenile Court Diversion Program. Under current law, a juvenile who successfully completes post-charge diversion may seek expungement of related records after 2 years, provided that participant has remained conviction-free and satisfied all restitution obligations. Section 1 updates the framework by replacing expungement with sealing. Throughout the statute, procedures for sealing, the legal effect of sealing, and access to seal records are governed by Title 13 VSA 7607. Section 2 makes parallel changes to the adult court diversion program, similarly replacing expungement with sealing and applying the same statutory standards and procedures. Section 3 authorizes the Burlington Community Justice Center pilot, permitting referrals of criminal municipal ordinance violations from January 1st, 2026 through July 1st, 2027. Section 4 sets the effective dates. Sections 1 and 2 take effect on July 1, 2026, while the Burlington pilot takes effect upon passage. The committee heard testimony from Ledge Counsel, the Attorney General's Office, the Burlington Community Justice Center, the Department of State's Attorneys and Sheriffs, the Center for Crime Victim Services, the Defender General's Office, and Mad Freedom. Your House Judiciary Committee reported H566 favorably on a vote of 10-0-1. And we respectfully ask for the body's support.
And now speaking for the Committee on Ways and Means, member from Thetford.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. As originally referred to, the original bill would have expanded the eligibility for the adult court diversion program to cover criminal violations of municipal ordinances. Participants in that program could have been charged a fee of up to $300, but House Judiciary recommended removing that provision of the bill, and so therefore there is no fiscal impact whatsoever on on the revenues of the state, and there is no fiscal note attached to our report, Madam Speaker. So on the vote of 11-0-0, Ways and Means recommended the bill ought to pass as referred to us from Judiciary. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The question is, shall the bill be amended as recommended by the Committee on Judiciary? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have amended the bill. Now the question is, shall the bill be read a third time? Are you ready for that question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and third reading is ordered. Now we'll turn to House Bill 635, which is an act relating to eliminating Department of Corrections supervisory fees. Member from Springfield.
Madam Speaker, I move we postpone action for one legislative day on H635.
The member from Springfield moves that we postpone action on House Bill 635 for one legislative day. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have postponed action on House Bill 635 for one legislative day. Members, that completes the orders of the day. Are there any announcements? Member from Burlington.
Tonight is Farmers Night. Oh, sorry, hot mic. And Montpelier's own Capital City Concerts is going to present an evening of world music with 40 regional musicians. It's going to feature Portland, Maine's Grammy-nominated Palaver Strings and Vermont's own Grammy-nominated flutist, Karen Kevra. Please come. It'll be 7:30 tonight here in the chamber.
Are there any further announcements? Member from Woodstock.
Madam Speaker, tomorrow at the beginning of our session for the devotional, the State House Singers will be joining the body to provide a rendition of a song that you know well, so don't miss it.
Are there any further announcements? Seeing none. Member from Poultney, can you please offer us a motion to adjourn until Thursday, February 26th at 3:30 p.m.?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion this body stand in adjournment until Thursday, February 26th, 2026 at 3:30 p.m.
You have heard the motion. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do